Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ballet Rain. Today we're going to be addressing a very important topic, which is ballet etiquette.
Ballet itself originated as an etiquette. It was a way to conduct oneself in public. Even though we live in a modern world, it's very important in ballet class that we uphold these principles of courtesy and respect.
So today we're going to cover some of the etiquette mistakes that we often see in ballet class. If you do any of these things that we mentioned, don't feel like you're the worst person in the whole world. We've all done it. But we hope that you find this video helpful and maybe you can apply some of these tips into your personal conduct in ballet class. So imagine you're a director and you have an audition with, say, 100 dancers in the room. All of them are super talented. They can all do the fun tricks and everything. If you have only a couple of spots, how are you going to choose which dancers you want to work with? And the answer is you're going to look for someone courteous who works hard with directors and teachers, but also with fellow dancers and students. Ballet etiquette and general conduct is super important, not just for you, but for your entire career as a ballet dancer.
Ballet etiquette mistake number 1 is being late. Punctuality is a very big deal in ballet because of the way the class is structured. You can't pop in and pop out whenever you want. It's structured so that you start at the bottom, right? You start at pliés, then you go to tendus, then you have dégagés, fondus, rond de jambe. It's a very progressive structure. So every combination builds upon the last one. So you can't come in halfway through and expect that you'll be in the same place as anyone else who's been in the class from the beginning.
Timeliness is also important for your own reputation. You want to be known as someone who is punctual and also reliable, and that ultimately will show your professionalism.
Yeah, and this goes for any profession or any sphere of life, right?
Right.
If you care about something a lot and you really are invested in whatever career path it might be, whatever area of life, it's always important to show that in your actions. And yeah, it'll take you very far.
Etiquette mistake number 2, being too loud. This applies to every part of ballet class from the moment you walk in the door and to the moment you leave the studio. When you're in the lobby, it's important to keep all noise down. That means talking and any other noise. Maybe it's your cell phone, maybe it's music, maybe it's a phone call. Keep the noise in the lobby to a minimum because you could be disrupting the class that is going on inside the studio.
We've been in class before when you can hear people in the lobby. It kind of breaks your flow, you know?
It definitely
takes you
does.
out of the zone that you need to be in for ballet class. And also, the lobby is kind of a place where you concentrate, you think about the class to come, whatever you're going to be working on that day. So it's important for parents, kids, dancers, just keep the lobby at a peaceful volume. This is another ballet etiquette mistake that I don't think every school really enforces this, but it's pretty well known, and that is don't lean on the bar. If you're a dancer, comment below, does your school prohibit the students to lean on the bar? In ballet class, it is very important that you don't lean on the bar, sit down between combinations, or otherwise adopt any other kind of lazy posture. Out of courtesy for the teacher and out of courtesy for the other students, it's always better to remain standing because ballet is always performed standing up. You never sit down. It's always just best practice.
The 5th etiquette mistake that is kind of a peculiar one, I think I would sum it up as being disrespectful to the teacher. There's a lot of different facets of disrespecting the teacher, but I think what I really wanted to touch on is just your body language and your posture.
Yeah.
Body language often speaks louder than words, and the way you carry yourself and the way you hold yourself in class, it really says a lot that you may not actually be saying, but it speaks for you.
And also because ballet is it's a very physical art in itself.
That's a good point.
So the way you hold yourself in class is basically the way you're holding your instrument. The way you stand in class, the way you hold yourself is actually very important.
So one of the things you don't want to do is crossing your arms. Another one is sitting with your hands on your hips like this.
Yeah, especially if you stick one hip out.
Or if you sink in one hip and you just kind of look bored. You don't look interested. And I think that sends a lot of negative vibes towards the teacher or whoever's speaking. The other thing with disrespecting, this kind of disrespects the teacher and also anyone else who is in the room, but please cover your mouth when you yawn, when you sneeze, when you cough. It's common courtesy and ballet is not exempt from common courtesy. If you must yawn, no noises when you yawn, cover discreetly, and you'll be golden.
If you're a student, it would be beneficial for you to just abide by your teacher's wishes. So for instance, I had a teacher and she did not like her students cracking their knuckles in class. She didn't like it. It made her uncomfortable. And out of respect for the teacher, you just don't crack your knuckles in her class. And it's small things like this. If you have a teacher that's particular about certain things, perhaps they think certain things are right and wrong in terms of etiquette and courtesy, abide by that because they're spending a lot of time to help you in your ballet journey. They're pouring a lot into you. As students, we should put an effort into making their job easy and to build a positive relationship between teacher and student.
And I think what that shows a teacher, any teacher, when you take to heart their personal preferences, even if it's not a matter of right or wrong, it shows them that you respect them as a teacher and you also care about them as a person. So there you have it. Common ballet etiquette mistakes that we have definitely made.
I check all of those boxes, unfortunately. We'll all try together. We're all going to put in our effort to be super nice to our teachers, super good to our fellow students, and make ballet class a better place for everyone. I think that's all from us for now. And this is Ballet Rain signing off until the next episode.
Bye!